Chinese man arrested with more than 5 kilograms. The competent authorities of the anti-drug crimes cracked down on a drug processing case and arrested a Chinese national and confiscated more than 5 kilograms of drugs. ASEAN COVID-19 table, the 28th of February 2022. ASEAN as a whole has reported more than 20.33 million COVID-19 cases. Of this, more than 2.18 million are active cases as of February 28. Funny money, $1 million banknote not genuine, say police. Dreams of wealth beyond avarice have turned sour for a man in Phuket City, when a $1 million banknote in his possession was confirmed to be counterfeit by police. PCR test outrage, tempers flare, long queues and wrong PCR test results. Frustration is boiling over into anger and violence the last few days at the Khmer Soviet Friendship Hospital in Phnom Penh as people, including children and seniors, queue for long hours to do the polymerase chain reaction or PCR test to ascertain if they have COVID-19 and if so, which variant. Cambodia's vaccination status finally crosses 91% of total population with 14,563,512 people vaccinated. Cambodia has crossed its objective of vaccination at least 91% of its total population against COVID-19 after stagnating at 99% for several weeks. PM, Russia cannot overthrow Ukraine, but Ukraine cannot destroy Russia's military forces. The only solution is peaceful negotiations. Prime Minister Hun Sen has spoken on the escalating war in Ukraine, as worldwide tensions mount after Russia invaded its neighboring country. ASEAN believes in peaceful solution to Russia-Ukraine crisis. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, has expressed its deep concerns over the evolving situation and armed hostilities in Ukraine and expressed its conviction that there is still room for a peaceful dialogue to solve the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Respite for a day after a week of consecutive deaths from Omicron, Cambodia's Omicron death toll stays at 17. For the first time in a week, Cambodia broke the week-long consecutive fatalities reported from Omicron when 0 deaths were reported yesterday. Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Cambodia calls for fight against vicious crimes involving Chinese citizens in Cambodia. The letter in response to a wave of criminality involving Chinese nationals, centered around the coastal port of Sihanoukville, but also happening in Phnom Penh and other Cambodian cities. India looking to host ASEAN foreign ministers meeting this year. India is looking to host an ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, grouping foreign minister, FMs, meet later this year. Some 30,000 migrant workers may have been exploited and not paid in full. The Interior Ministry has expressed concern that some 30,000 migrant workers who were working in Thailand last year were exploited to work longer hours or their salaries were not fully paid due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Angkor, the Lost Empire of Cambodia exhibition debuts at California Science Center. The California Science Center has premiered Angkor, the Lost Empire of Cambodia, a special exhibition and 3D IMAX movie featuring engineering and cultural marvels of an ancient megacity. Bangkok Siem Reap flights will resume from March 3, 2022. The Ministry of Tourism has announced that a Thai airline will resume flights from Bangkok to Siem Reap and from Siem Reap to Bangkok from March 3, 2022 onwards. NEC urges Cambodians abroad to return to vote. NEC has urged migrant workers in Thailand who had their names on the voter list to return to the country to vote for the upcoming commune election. Commune chiefs promise not to use working hours for campaigns. After Interior Minister Sar Keng reminded administration officials not to use their office hours to campaign for the approaching election, especially Cambodian People's Party members, several commune chiefs declared that they abide by the election rules. Arrested in Cambodia, Texas couple after skipping bond for murdering 23-year-old woman. Authorities said they arrested a Texas couple, Lisa Dykes, 58, and Nina Morono, 50, who had fled while out on bond for murdering a 23-year-old woman. Cambodians in Ukraine hunker down. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that 23 Cambodian alumni who are living in Ukraine with their families are currently safe, but they are worried about the future. Labour Ministry settles over 500 worker disputes. The Ministry of Labour reported that it has settled more than 800 labour disputes last year and more than 60 strikes across the country. Battambang aims to win Clean City Award again. Battambang Provincial Governor Sok Lu said yesterday that he has ambitions to continue winning the ASEAN Clean Tourism Cities Award for Battambang, so he is strategically planning for improved sanitation and infrastructure in the city. PM prioritizes for measures for Clean City Day to attract tourists. The government plans to celebrate Clean City Day this year with the theme Clean City for the reopening of tourism in Cambodia, along with the campaign Clean Cambodia for the upcoming Southeast Asian Games, SEA Games, in 2023. Wing Mall spreads love and happiness among children in Sihanoukville. Wing Mall makes donations of food and materials to Mlop Tapang to support vulnerable children and youth. Singapore-Cambodia collaboration in mental health to benefit 30,000 by 2024. The Singapore International Foundation, SIF, and Khmer Soviet Friendship Hospital, KSFH, yesterday launched the Enhancing Mental Healthcare Service project in Phnom Penh with the aim to augment mental healthcare services at the hospital. Government T refutes ranking by Freedom House report. The government refuted Freedom in World Freedom House's annual study report, which says Cambodia has the lowest rank of freedom of expression. Cow deaths may not be accidental. Police are investigating the deaths of 5 cows in Ratanakari province that may have been poisoned on purpose by neighbors who were angry that the animals were destroying their crops. Ratanakari farmers face export woes. Farmers in Ratanakari province have complained about difficulties exporting agriculture products to Vietnam through Oyadov International Checkpoint. European Film Festival returns. As a part of its efforts to make countries in the ASEAN region aware of European culture, the European Union, EU, in Cambodia organized the European Film Festival to screen European movies in different locations throughout Phnom Penh. Prosecutor unhappy with appeal court amending charges of a police officer. The Phnom Penh Appeal Court had amended his initial charge of attempted murder and unauthorized holding weapons to intentional acts of violence with aggravating circumstances. Mondulkiri Pine Plantation resolves dispute but 11 more in limbo. 2 pine plantations finished mediation in Mondulkiri province while 11 more land disputes are still waiting for a resolution.